Well, I don't know what to tell you, because things are kind of crazy. Seriously, they are. I have been watching Ottawa for weeks now. But the last 2 days, it's become a horror show. Now, Justin Castro came out yesterday and said that he was going to basically do martial law, so to speak. But the parliament's supposed to vote on it. But instead of letting them do so, he just shut it down and walked out. The people on the news are totally manipulating and twisting what is going on there. Whether it be Canadian news, American news. Now, Australian news is telling the truth. Sky News. You should go watch what they have to say. They're actually telling you the truth. And there are some American, smaller news people who are also telling the truth. But it is a rarity. It is a serious rarity. But this is not going on just in Ottawa. It's going on in all provinces of Canada. It's going on in Australia, in France, and several other countries. People are sick and tired of the totalitarian government regimes. They're tired of mandates. They are tired of corruption. They're just sick and tired. And none of us want to be violent. We just want to be heard. Because basically, we don't get representation by the people in our government who we vote on to represent us. They all have their own agendas. Lobbyists, basically, are paying to get them to do what they want them to do. And we can all just go F off, in their opinion. Plebes, deplorables, the unwashed masses. Let them eat cake. See, this problem. We've got a major problem. We weren't awake enough as a society to see what was going on 30, 40 years ago when I was a child of 10, or 60 years ago when I wasn't even born yet. We didn't see what illustrious American Mengele was doing in 85 with the AIDS virus vaccines and testing. We didn't know about the swamp, the corruption, the big bankers. We didn't know about any of that. Of course we didn't. It was very well hidden until the people began to talk. See, and they want to take down our Tower of Babel and separate us all by language again. And not the language as in English, French, Spanish, but languages like certain words that twist and tweak people, that trigger people, like racist, misogynist, bitter clingers, deplorables, whatever you want to call it. See, but sticks and stones will break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Especially when those words are coming from people I know are purposefully putting those words out there to twist and manipulate the agenda. See, it's a game. It's a ploy. And there are people out there that just don't care. I know several people I've talked to who just don't want to hear the truth. It's not that they are on the opposing side, they just don't want to be on any side. And I'm sorry, when it comes to this, you have to pick a side. You can't play the middle of the fence, you can't be wishy-washy, And you can't refuse to research and understand. Because you become the problem, not the solution. And so if you know somebody who's on that fence, show them what's going on for real. Even if you have to do it by, putting something on loop on your television when the babysitter comes, or when your cousin comes over, or I don't know. I mean, there's got to be a way. All I know is that we have to stop what is going on in this world. I don't want violence. I don't want a civil war. I don't want a revolutionary war. My family fought in the first revolutionary war in this country. And it was one that kinetically killed bunches of people, including some of my relatives. To be honest with you, I don't think physical violence is a solution to much of anything. But I do know that we have to be smarter, wiser, and more prepared, more informed than anyone else around, so that we can take care of our own. Because it's not about taking care of other countries. It's nice to know that the other countries are all in the same position and they want to take care of their own as well. That's a great thing. The world is on fire with it. And because it's our side, it's not really on fire. That's their thing, setting things on fire. We don't set things on fire. We'll make your ears burn with our words. Our tongues as sharp as knives. Our memes firing out of meme cannons at every platform we can find. And a lot of us have gotten banned, and shadow banned, and deplatformed. I've been deplatformed many times. I went through 6 accounts on TikTok. I was up to 6,000 people plus at one point, and then 3,000, and then 600, and then I couldn't get anybody to follow me after that. They knew my IP, and they were blocking everything I put on there, and finally they got something in there that I posted, and they didn't like it, and they took me down for the 5th and 6th times. And then I wasn't allowed to even get an account because they had my IP address. So I just gave up, because any platform that's that manipulative, I don't want to be there. And Twitter, I barely ever use Twitter. But one day I come along and it says on there, oh, you've been removed from Twitter due to multiple posts that go against our policy. I hadn't posted anything on there in 3 or 4 months. And then one day, I think I've told people this before, but one morning I woke up and me and all my admins for my 2 groups pages, etc., that I run, were all deplatformed from their own profiles. And the groups and pages were demolished. And not just the groups and pages that had to do with political topics, but my grandmother's art page, my art page, a photograph, like meme sharing page with beautiful animals and flowers and good sayings and, stuff like that on it that I started years ago with 4,000 people as members to it. All gone. Bye-bye. Never to be seen again. My dog breed that I had at the time, American Hairless Terrier, page that I ran, group that I ran, thousands of people subscribe to it. All gone. Bye-bye. My business page for my cleaning service. Bye-bye. A page I built for an antique mall that had closed down several years ago, thank goodness. That I was hired to do. That I was still the admin to. Gone. Bye-bye. They don't care. They gave me no opportunity to debate it. They never do. So now I'm on Getter, Gab, Rumble, as Patriot Poet 1776. Come find me on there. Gab's minus the 1776. At the moment, but I'm about to change it, so keep your eye out. But the fact of the matter is that this is a horrible situation we are in as a world, not just a country. And I fully support all trucker convoys. in whatever country you may be in. Try to be as peaceful as possible. But we can't let them beat us, trample us with horses, and set poisonous gas against us. There are going to be Nuremberg Trial 2s over this whole COVID vax thing. Because mandating people to take something that's an experimental is against the Nuremberg. It is. Just do the research on it. And if you don't know what Nuremberg is, it was a trial against the Nazis for medically experimenting on people, the Jewish peoples particularly, in World War II without their informed consent. And when you tell people something about a medication, and you lie to them, and you gaslight them to get them to take it, and you manipulate them and tell them you're going to take their livelihood and their jobs away, that's corrupt. And I don't care what anybody has to say about it. That's corrupt. It just is. There's no doubts in my mind on it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Anyway, that's about all I got to say. But I'm still watching what's going on up north. And, honestly, I have one thing to say. Freedom. It's not a dirty word.